Good morning. You are in the back room with Becky. It's Happy Hump Day, and I just want to say, make the best of your day. God gave you the power to make it that way. So whether it's good or it's bad, guess what? That's on you. Okay, we back on the saddle again. You in the back room with Becky, and we like to keep it real. Time to time, I will touch on some serious topics, and other times it might be lighthearted fare about stupidity amongst celebrities. But today, you know, the Casey Anthony story, the not guilty verdict. And if that was a black woman, do you think she would be seeing freedom in a few days, as they say? I don't think so. Now, this does mean that she can be tried again if should they find conclusive evidence. But her boyfriend even said that they were a carnival of dysfunctionality and that they was putting up a good front. Well, ain't that always the way? You know, the ones that look the most normal is usually the craziest. Because crazy people don't know they're crazy. Take somebody with common sense to tell them. And that jury, y'all was some chicken shit. What? You couldn't pull up enough. I had reasonable doubt that she was ever innocent, but you said you had reasonable doubt about her guilt? If nothing more, she was guilty of neglect and contributing to, or just even obstruction of justice for blocking the way to finding out what was wrong with the child. Because see, when it's a murder case, it's not no none of that. Oh no, we don't want to press charges. It ain't in your hands. When it's assault, abuse, domestic violence, because this is domestic violence against children. Our country is out of control. Women and children and old people are not safe, and it seems to be all right for us to just let the perpetrators go free. You might be thinking you're giving them a free pass, but guess what? Here's something deep. Check this. You let a killer go free and endorse their freedom, you are as guilty as the person that committed the crime. Now I know y'all said, B, that's kind of hard. What about OJ? Okay, OJ's not getting out scot free. He might not be doing time for what he allegedly did, but he's doing time. They got him one way or the other. Now, the only thing that I say the good side of this case is, no, it's not even a good side, because I thought it would be maybe at best a hung jury, but not guilty. By reason of what? That the judge and the damn jurors was insane? That's some insanity. As Oprah said, that's crazy ass. That's crazy ass stuff right there. You know, we might as well be just taking our children up on the altar and sacrificing every other one, because face it, America, we have a lot of lost, missing, killed, and exploited children from our communities. Not so much the black folks, because that's all we got is our babies. At the end of the day, the best job we ever did might be our babies. So it's planted in them. You know, we ain't go, it ain't going down like that. And the one or few times that it does, a black woman killed a child in Kansas City. She'll never see the light of day. The only reason they didn't get life, or they got life without parole, they didn't get death, because we do execute in the state of Missouri. Okay, now you can say, oh, B, you going hard. Yes, I am. Because the responsibility of motherhood is not incumbent on the judicial system or anybody out there. You didn't protect your child, and she ended up dead. Who's responsible? God gave her to you for safekeeping. If your family is that jacked up that children ain't safe around them, I don't see nothing wrong with extricating yourself. I don't see nothing wrong with excommunicating people. Love them from a distance. If your dad did this and you protected him, was he screwing and beating you? How in the hell did this happen? You said you outraged, B. What's up? Well, you might not remember the case that we had about Precious Baby Doe. This baby's head had been chopped off, She had been thrown up in the brush. You don't have to look far for wooded area in Kansas City. But what my point is, a whole community came together. We were outraged, and we wanted the nation to know. Whenever there has been something like that in our community, you might want to go to another county to have your trial, but it won't help you because the value system is the same. That couldn't have happened in this state. It wouldn't have happened in this state. No way would they have let her off because the jury would have been saying, well, maybe we don't know who did it, but you were complicit. You were present during some parts of this crime. If it was when you handed your baby off to someone else or when you simply decided to live in a fantasy world and pretend that shit didn't happen. Yes, I said shit, children. So, I'm really worked up. But my whole point is that in this country, when the moral compass is so off that we don't think people deserve to be punished for the life of a child, when we don't hold people accountable for our missing, exploited, abused, and neglected children. Yes, I'm on the soapbox, and I may be back after I do some more research. This is unparalleled to anything that has upset me since Donald Trump, okay, and the birthers. I don't know how this happened. And if she lived in my hood, we would take street justice on her ass and let God sort us out. I said it, sure did. If it was up to me, she'd be in the town square getting stoned right after. You couldn't find her guilty, but the community finds her guilty. Who the hell was these jurors anyway? That's what I want to find out. A young brother who is known mostly for his rap work said on Twitter the other day, 2 things you'll never see. A black person a black person that has too much money and a poor person get a fair break. Now, I guess that means that if you got money, you're going to always need some more because you probably live your life in a questionable manner. But that in this country, if you got money or you got somebody with money around you or your skin is the right color, yeah, I went there. If that was a black woman, she would not be exonerated today by any means. She would be held accountable. And if she was in Missouri, we would have got her and we'd be on our way to check the rest of the family out. You're killing children. You're putting them in harm's way. If you see something and you're not saying anything, you are guilty. Shame on you. That jury of her peers, they must have been smoking. For you to be that far off, I just don't understand it. So what I'm saying to you today is, if you don't take responsibility for the children, for the women, and the old people in your community who are being victimized, then you're a perpetrator. And we got something for you. You might have got away with that, homegirl, but you won't get away with everything. Somebody, somewhere, has some justice for that baby. You in the back room with Becky. It's Happy Hump Day. And I know I did a lot of frowning. And maybe I just needed to have the Humpty dance on one time. But this is real talk all the time. And you're in the back room with Becky. What do you think about that? It's horrible. That's what I think. It's heinous. That's what I think. Peace, love, and understanding for the people.